Okay, so I made a video about deception. It was like sort of random and blaring, like random things. But the video that I really wanted to make is this one: deception, understanding deception, but from the perspective of how people, meaning those that are not spirit filled, will be fooled. When it comes across people being evil, the misconception that most have, they're expecting googly monsters, mean, like just angry, all things. But you cannot be so obvious and serve your and achieve your goal. So how else would you be able to uh, be uh, be quote unquote evil and achieve your goal if you're really showing your true colors from the beginning? The fact of the matter is, is deception, manipulation. These are important characteristics of someone who is quote unquote evil. High probability they're going to be quiet, happy, like non-problematic. It's all those things that you will never, basically, you will never ever be able to see it unless God reveals it to you. Like, that's true evil. As I was talking about true evil, that video I made with Jake Newman, the demon, who I thought was my friend over 6 years. That's like true evil. When you cannot tell until till that day where it gets so bad that God's like, okay, can you not see what's happening in front of you right now? That's how serious it is. That you need his help. That's really what it comes down to. And I said all that to say this. Everybody is talking about ISIS, this, that, the stock market, America, judgment, blah, blah. But they're missing the main player in all this evil. And while everybody is focused on ISIS and them coming over here and prosecuting Christians and doing all these things, these evil things that they're going to do, because they truly are evil people. The whole Muslims and all of them, I put them all in the same category, evil. When that's happening, Francis, the Antichrist, is marrying, breaking more traditions within the Catholic Church, as he has been doing. And this is a part of the deception. No one's looking at him or Obama. Regular non-spiritual people are not looking at him or Obama as being truly evil people. And when they recognize that these people are truly evil, it will be too late. It has to be too late for them, because they weren't hearing the warnings that these people were quote unquote evil and have no good intentions. In particular, Francis. You're not going to see it based on, he's not going to start wearing black and walking around with red eyes. It's not, I don't see it happening. He, in scripture, he comes on a white horse. He's dressed like a lamb, but he speaks like a dragon. Or whatever, a lion, a wolf, whatever he is. He's the deceiver, he's evil, he's manipulative. And you twist one word and then it changes the whole entire ball game. And this is exactly what he's doing. And it's just very sad to see how many people are just paying attention to the ISIS when the true player in all of this is Francis, and what his agenda is and what he's doing, what he has been doing. Do people understand that this is how they're going to receive the mark of the beast? They're going to receive it by listening to a teaching that he's going to create, because he's already been eliminating the teachings. He's already been testing the waters. He's been testing the waters, testing the water. Let me test the water. Let me see if they're going to catch on to the fact that I am changing what once was tradition for the last thousands and thousands of years. Let me see if they're going to jump ship and go to another faith, or leave the Catholic Church because of what I'm doing and I'm teaching. Or how are people looking at him? Oh, he's a compassionate man. He's what is it? He's a compassionate man. He understands the problems in society and blah 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 blah. It's just pure foolishness. You're not getting, like, this is how people are deceived, and it's just sad. It's like, and I know that, like, it wasn't my doing that I can see that Francis is pure evil, up, down, sideways. But it's the same for other people that look at one person from one perspective, and then you find out that they're completely different. For me, I've been warned ahead of time that Francis has an agenda, and he's going to successfully knock out the agenda, and I see how. Up to this day, they still look at him as being someone great. The whole world looks at this man as being something great. So the whole world worships Francis. The whole world thinks he's something special. They look at good as being, bad. They look at bad as being good. Breaking all the law, breaking all of God's laws. Twisting Christ's words when he came onto this earth, and he showed us exactly the way things should be done. Going back, backtracking and twisting those words and changing it all up to keep $1 in the system, in the Vatican system, to keep people coming to the church. Thinking that reforming is the route to go. Trust and believe. You won't. These people who thinking that, oh, back in history we didn't change, and then therefore look what happened. They didn't change this, and then look what happened, and then you're gonna look back. There's no looking back because it's almost over. That's what people don't get. There's no more looking back because it's almost over. People think that this world continues over and over and over again. The fact of the matter, I get that we're going to continue to live our lives. I understand that. But to the extent where you start living your life, changing things that once was your truth, because it's now, society has taught you for that to make sense. And what I'm talking about in specifics is this, like, this Francis and his agenda and all of his teachings, and he's coming up with new teachings in October, so get prepared for that. It's just, and it's so obvious, it's so clear. I wish I could I remember the scripture out of the top of my head. The same thing, the mark on the forehead. In scripture it says the mark on the forehead. God said, teach them. Put this on their forehead and on their wrists. Same way he says, you're going to receive a mark on the forehead and on your right hand. It's the exact same thing, and it's a teaching. And who don't receive this mark? Those that follow God's commands and have faith in Jesus Christ. Oh, you think that Francis followed God's command and have faith in Jesus Christ? I think not. Same way Obama claims to be Christian, but he's, I made a video about how he's suing for a Muslim mosque or Islamic center. Same way Obama claims to be Christian, but I heard parts of his address to the nation about ISIS or ISIL, whatever he calls it, and how he is just completely, he's twisted it. He's turned it around in such a way where he makes the Muslims look like the victims. Who's really being killed over there? Who really is being killed because they're not converting over to their faith? the phony faith. Let's keep this, like, let's really start to see things for what it truly is. Here in Obama has a way with words. Everybody knows this. This is how he got into his presidency. But the reality is, if you keep just listening to empty words, you're going to be deceived. You keep letting somebody do whatever they feel like doing because they have the power to do it, and not stepping up and say, this is enough. Then it's going to continue to get worse, worse, and worse. You're going to continue to go on a downward spiral. And we don't want that. As I don't want that. Deception, deception, deception. Pay attention to what you're supposed to. Pay attention to scripture. Don't pay attention to what you see in the news. The news only showing you what they want you guys to see and what they want you to be focused on. They're not going to pay attention to the evil one. So when he's uncoupling and doing all this, breaking more traditions within the Catholic faith, whatever, because they're their own system. I don't even understand it like completely. I don't really want to get too deep into whether or not Catholics are this, that, and the other, because I have my own opinion on that. But while he's continuing to break that down and get people conditioned into the fact that he can just randomly come up with some new concepts and they can hold to be true, while he's doing that, you have ISIS, and then you have the idiots beating up on their girlfriends, and all these other things going on. So enough to keep you distracted. That's what's happening here. There's a big distraction going on in the world. And because in America, we don't have to deal with Francis on a day-to-day basis, it's his news and things he does is not as important to us yet. But he's still in news. He's still in top headlines. But just not important. No one really comments. No one cares what he's doing. Uncoupling, coupling. Like, the things he does, like, no one really is really paying attention to what he's truly doing. He's reconditioning the mind to let you guys know, okay, I'm going to break these laws. Let's see who's going to stop me. I'm going to change this agenda. I'm going to say that everyone can go into heaven. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing. And only when you guys catch up and say that I'm no longer, I catch up to what is true and catch on to the fact that I am not a child of God. I am not following God and His teachings. When people catch on to that, it's going to be too late. He's telling, oh, I'm going to retire. You have a job to do. You just came in the office last year and you think that you're just going to retire in 1 year. Don't let the deception fool you. He's so good. And those that are lost, those that are not awoken spiritually, will be deceived. And I can put everything in the spirit that lives in me has shown me that this man has horrible, he has an agenda, and it's not a good one. He's a Jesuit. That in of itself just like sort of, God's given us so much signs. He's given us so much. He's given us so much. He's given us so many signs, so many ways to be able to, like, oh wow, I didn't think about that. Oh wow, I didn't see that. He's shown us so much, and it's not just one thing about somebody that just confirms who they are. They're going to continue to do. The words are going to come out of their mouth, and their actions are going to continue to just show that they're not pushing in the direction that they say they truly are. Obama is confirmation of this. Francis is confirmation of this. He says he's Christian. They both say they're Christians, but they're doing things that are ungodly, evil, manipulative, deceptive. Not of light. You think Jesus Christ would support another faith when he knows the end result is eternal damnation to to suffer and be in torment, he would support that? Of course not. Obama does. Francis does. People, let's go. Let's wake up. Let's get this together. This is like, it's like you just want everyone to shake. Do you see this man? Do you see that man? Do you see them? They're gonna bring this whole entire world down. They're gonna have it by their in the palm of their hands before it's all said and done. And don't think that they're the only two people that are evil, because there's many evil ones, and there are many antichrist spirits in this world. It's not going to be them two only, but these two are the ones that are here now, and we have to pay attention to what's here now. This is not light. And the reality is this: like, it doesn't matter what happens, we're gonna always have other believers that are alert enough to pick up on somebody else that's doing foolishness, that's trying to bring people down, and we might be looked at as quote unquote crazy, cuckoo, affair mongering, whatever it is. But the reality is, it's a warning. When Ezekiel did what he had to do, it was a warning. When Paul, everybody warns, and it always at the beginning. Whenever anytime somebody's speaking truth to somebody who's never heard or understands or not spiritually alert about something that they can't really conceive, like, why would he be evil? Why would Francis be evil? Let's check back in history. Has there been anybody else that the Catholics have admitted to as being an evil pope? This is not a new concept. John Paul II, another evil one. Thankfully, he's dead and gone. But I feel, and to be completely honest, in my spirit, I feel, and this is the first, this came to me a few times, where this is, Francis is such a reincarnation of this evil. And I don't really believe in the reincarnation and all that and blah, blah, blah. But I feel this, when they say, or in scripture it says, he will be one of the seven. I feel like the seventh was John, the sixth was John Paul, the seventh was Ratzinger, and John Paul and his, because he and Francis, how they break every law and they change and they twist and they do all these demonic foolish things, and people love them. It's like no difference. It's like no difference. Everybody, like, there's nothing new where people have admitted that Satan has entered the Vatican. This is not new. Satan has been in America. America has been a part of a judgment for many years, and for all the foolishness, and now you have another evil president. What's the surprise? George Bush too was evil. You know, yeah, we're in a very evil, dark time, and if we're just gonna just sit around and not sound the alarm and not do our own research to see if there's some validity to what's being spoken, then we're gonna cause other people to go down with us, because we're not telling other people what is happening, you know. And it's our job. It's our job to sound the alarm. And when we sound the alarm, this is going to wake other people. And even if they don't believe it, they're going to be able to, even if they don't believe what's really going on, they still would be able to be, something's wrong here. And eventually, they would be able to catch on. I feel like that, even that. But giving them nothing and letting them believe that Obama is something awesome, or Francis is something awesome, not smart. It's not a good idea. And the distraction is this ISIS situation. That's how it's been in history. There's always something to distract from, to keep many distracted from what's happening in God's book. It's always something to distract people from seeing prophecy be fulfilled. If the attention was only on Francis, then he wouldn't be able to do half, a quarter, or anything that he has planned or he has done so far. But while having other turmoils and other issues in this world that in our eyes are quote unquote bigger, it makes it very easy for him to continue to shatter and break boundaries that no one else has before. Of course he's doing all these things because he's the Antichrist. He's doing all these things because he's the evil one. He has the Antichrist spirit. There's no question about it. No man of God does the thing he's doing. You're not God to be changing and twisting and doing all these things. I don't understand. Representative? No, he's not. No, he's not. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. God bless. Take care.